But I am super honored and grateful to, kick off this day, with the best energy, but most importantly, with somebody super, super special to every single one of us. I mean, he really took the time out of his day to start his morning with us here to Wake Up and Ascend and really bring value to us all. One thing that I look at, when I see MDC is the leadership that we have. And, if it wasn't for this individual, none of us would be here, right? And Wake Up and Ascend actually started with the vision of being able to wake up and ascend your day. And we are literally walking into Ascend Miami convention, guys. And so, the mission of this Wake Ups and Ascends have been truly fruitful, and nothing more special than to having Josh Zwagil, right, our own CEO himself, on this call with us today. And so with further ado, right, I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the picture. I want to go ahead and give him the spotlight, give him, over the call, because he has so many important information he wants to share with us. And really, guys, I would recommend getting your notebooks out, those pens out to take notes, because right here, we're about to receive immense amounts of value, and you want to be able to receive it and reciprocate it with your teams, right after this call. And so, Josh, thank you so much again. We're super grateful. Let's throw some thank yous in the chat for Josh for being here. Make sure to send one last message to your group chats, your community, your leaders, to let them know that we are here, that we are live, to hop on, receive value from Josh himself. And I'll go ahead and unmute you so you can take over.
Awesome. I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you see me? Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, first off, thank you for the introduction, and thanks for having me and inviting me onto the call. This is the first one I've been able to do with you guys, so I'm very excited to be here. And just thought I'd come on and share, a couple things. I love the name of your call, Wake Up and Ascend. It's Ascend is an amazing word, and yes, we're headed into Ascend 2023. Really, it's the biggest event of the year. Convention is always kind of a magical time in the company, because it's, some leaders say it's like Christmas. You always get like new products. There's always new enhancements, but it's a really good time to just recharge, get to meet with your team, take pictures, get to learn more about the company, deepen your belief. And those moments are what can really, make a difference for a lot of people. Some people that are in the business and maybe they're, stuck at a rank, or maybe it's somebody that's super excited and they're doing very well, and the event just is an enhancement to your business. So we are, it's October 18th. So we're like, I don't know, 8 or 9 days away from us heading out to Miami to do this amazing event. And I'll just share a couple things, before I get into some of the specifics about, especially this convention, and some tips and tricks that I had for you guys. My history in network marketing is a little bit interesting. For those of you who don't know, I started out in the industry as a distributor first. So I didn't start as an owner. I started as a distributor when I was 18 years old. So I got into a company when I was 18. And the product that I was selling was the FFX product that we now have in My Daily Choice. That was my entry to network marketing was that product. And as a 18-year-old college student, I wanted to save money on gas. That was the reason why I got excited about that product. I learned later that it was network marketing. I had no idea what network marketing was, but I was working multiple part-time jobs. And one of the things, even today, like looking back throughout my whole career, one of the most fascinating things about network marketing is it gives you the ability to have time and money at the same time. Because like most opportunities out there, or different careers, like you can have a lot of time and you can have no money, or you could have a lot of money and no time, or you could have no time and no money. So when I saw network marketing, I was like, dang, like you can free up your time, because you can literally work from home, work at anywhere in the world, build a home-based business. But at the same time, you can create residual income. So, you're able to create residual income and also travel the world and do all these amazing things. So in that company, my first month, I made $5,000, and that was like life-changing income for me, like totally life-changing. Like when you're a poor college, like I knew how to stretch. I knew how to stretch like any sort of money I got, I knew how to stretch for a long time. So $5,000 felt like a year's worth of money for me. But it wasn't just that, it was the activities that I did to earn that $5,000, which was just talking to people, just referring them to a product that made sense to them and referring them to a business when everybody wanted to earn income. So that's what got me so excited about network marketing. And I dropped out of school. I built that business full time. My first month in network marketing was my last month in school. I was like, no, I'm done with school, done with everything. I'm going like all in on network marketing. My friends thought I was crazy. My parents thought I was like into drugs or something. Like, it was like, what is going on with Josh? But I was committed. I was excited. I felt like I had this like secret that I needed to, really explore. So I stayed in that company for 6 years. And over the course of time, I went through phases in my business. Like my first year wasn't amazing. My second year, I was still kind of learning the ropes. But my third year in that business was when I cracked it wide open. I started to get a lot of momentum in my team. And I was able to build an organization of 50,000 people during the 6 years that I was there. There were 10 blue diamonds in the company. That was like the top rank, and 8 of them were in my organization. So like we were crushing it. I was able in that business to travel into 40 countries. I traveled all over the world promoting that product, and became the top income earner, spoke on stage at every convention. It was an incredible experience. So network marketing changed my life personally before I ever started my own company with My Daily Choice. Unfortunately, things started to not work out in that company for a couple of reasons. Some of it was the economy. Gas prices started to come way down, and the product just wasn't as viable when gas prices were like $2.50 a gallon in some places. And then the company was trying to pivot, change their strategy. They got into skincare. They got into all these crazy categories of products, and we tried to do that all under the fuel treatment brand, which didn't resonate with a lot of people. So I made a decision in 2014 that I was going to start my own network marketing company. So I had to transition from being a distributor to being an owner in 2014. And it was the best decision that I ever made. I love what I do. I love My Daily Choice. I love the people. I love the employees. I love all the leaders. And it was the best decision, that I made. So, fast forward to now, now in My Daily Choice, it's 2023. So it's been a long time. We're almost at our 10-year anniversary as a company. I started My Daily Choice when I was 23 years old. So it's been a crazy journey, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about that journey. In 2014, we only started with one brand in the company, and that was our daily sprays. So we had just sprays, and it was funny because our vision was to develop a house of brands, because I had just gone through a company that had one brand. They built their whole business around one product, one category, one brand. And then when they tried to pivot, they couldn't because they were so committed to that one brand. So the vision was to develop a house of brands, to be multi-category, to have physical products, to have digital products. Why can't a company sell skincare, CBD, travel? Why can't a company sell all of that at the same time? Why do you have to pick a battle cry from day one? Why do you have to be a skincare company? Why do you have to be a weight loss company? So that was the vision, was to be able to get into multiple, categories. But when we started, we only had one brand. So, my wife, like early on, she's like, what's my choice? We're supposed to be My Daily Choice, and we only have 3 sprays to choose from. And so there was a lot of pressure the first couple of years to like, when are we going to add the next brand? So we had sprays from 2014 to 2016. Then in 2017, we launched HempWorks, which was the second brand in My Daily Choice. And that created a massive boom in the company. It catapulted the company. Like, if you could put multiple rocket ships under the company and just light all of them at the same time, that's what happened. We got to a point where we were bringing in 2,000 to 3,000 customers a day on CBD products. We like steamrolled the CBD industry. We went from 10 million to 100 million in sales in 12 months. It was like unprecedented growth, and we had great timing. There weren't a lot of CBD players. There wasn't a lot of competition. And we had a really hot product, a really hot story, and great timing. And so we ran with HempWorks, you know, and we still were doing pretty great with the sprays too. But from 2017 to 2019, you know, that was really the focus, was, you know, CBD and sprays. Then in 2020, CBD started to get more popular. Gas stations are selling it, like everybody's selling CBD. So we started to continue to evolve the house of brands. We got into weight management, we got into personal care products, we got into skincare products. Then we got into digital products as well. We launched Forex and crypto trading and education. We got into travel. And so we started to really develop our portfolio of products. And then really recently, in the last, you know, year or so, we came up with the idea to have a marketplace, to be more like an Amazon, where we could bring brands in from, you know, it could be e-commerce brands, it could be other network marketing companies. And the idea is to build a true marketplace of products and services that are attractive to people, that people want to buy them, they're well priced, and you know, be able to scale that around the world. And that's kind of why the marketplace idea, you know, all came about. But if you look at My Daily Choice today, I believe we're doing something that nobody has ever done in the industry. We have such a wide range of there's literally a product for everyone in My Daily Choice. You can't name one company in the industry that has CBD products and that has beef sticks at the same time. Nobody in the industry is doing that. And then at the same time, we also have the digital products and so many other categories. And so that's what I think, you know, makes My Daily Choice so unique, is that the house of brands, the marketplace, but then there are other elements of My Daily Choice that also make it such a great opportunity, because, you know, you can't just have a lot of products and expect to succeed in this industry. You have to have an amazing compensation plan, a plan that's fair, balanced, lucrative, one that pays. And I believe we have that in My Daily Choice. Then you look at, you know, the systems, the tools, the technology, you know, what we've put together in My Daily Choice. Like, I was, you know, ever since we've launched Brand Bucks, it's been quite interesting, because it's way more effective now to do a presentation. I did a 3-way call for my mom yesterday. First 3-way call since 2014 that I've done for my mom. And we closed out a $7.99 Brand Bucks deal on a 3-way call. And when I was presenting it to the prospect, I was talking about some of the systems and tools that we have in My Daily Choice, because she comes from, you know, corporate America and different sales positions that she's had. She's used to paying a lot of money for CRM systems, capture page systems, lead systems. And the fact that we have all of that in My Daily Choice, and it's 100% free, is a massive advantage that we have in the marketplace. Because other companies, for one, like if it's a network marketing company, most of them don't have any systems at all. And if they do have systems, they charge for it. So that's like one of our greatest weapons, you know, is it's not just the products and the comp plan, but it's the system that takes the average person who's never done network marketing before. And if you just plug in to what's available and you leverage those systems, you can be wildly successful. And then last but not least, you know, it's the timing of MDC. We just got our marketplace going. We're headed into our convention in Miami. So the timing couldn't be better right now, because if the company is going to go into massive momentum and it's going to have an explosion, you don't want to be late to the party. You're already here, right? And so you want to leverage that timing right now, which is so critical. And the stuff that we're launching at the event is also going to be amazing as well. So that's like the quick story and how we got Marketplace off the ground, a little bit of the history about My Daily Choice. And I know, as I was talking to Anna, she said, you know, I want you to really talk about, you know, like building a team from scratch. Like, what does that look like? And then getting people to Miami. So here, I'll just tell you guys, first off, I'm not the training expert in the company. I'm the CEO. I'm the guy that tries to make all the wheels turn and make all the operations smooth in the business. But I do have field experience building a big team. I work with a lot of the top leaders in MDC. We've got an amazing director of training. But I'll tell you that there's three things that everybody needs to learn in this industry. And any training that you attend or you listen to is going to fall into one of these three categories, because you're either working on one of these three things in your business. It's mindset, skill set, and strategy. Those are the three things. Like any training is either going to fall under you're working on your mind, you're working on your skills, or your strategy to build the business. And so when it comes to mindset, I believe that in network marketing, people need to treat the business like a marathon and not like a sprint. A lot of people look at the business like, I'm going to sprint to the top rank. I'm going to sprint to 100K. I'm going to sprint to super affiliate. And what the reality is building a network marketing business takes time and it takes consistency. And a lot of people that get into this business think that if they give this 60 to 90 days and they have great results, they'll stay. But if they don't, they're out the door just as fast as they joined. And so when I have been onboarding people or training people or working with leaders, I always reiterate that this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Of course, you want people to hit ranks quickly. You want them to get to the top ranks quickly, but you have to teach your people how to have a long-term vision in the business, because if they come in with this mindset of like, try it out for 60 to 90 days, the chances are they're not going to be here very long. And here's another thing that's just kind of interesting. When you work a job, I came from working multiple part-time jobs. What I was pitched was 40, 40, 40. You work your job for 40 hours a week for 40 years. And if you're lucky, you can retire off of 40% of your income. So then people get into network marketing and they're going to give it 90 days. Would you rather do 40, 40, 40? Or would you rather put 3 to 5 years into a network marketing company? Because like, here's what I tell people. What would you rather do? 40 hours a week for 40 years? And maybe you can retire, maybe not. And, 401k is now no 1K with what's happening in the economy right now. Or you could put 3 to 5 years into a network marketing company and you could rest for 40 years. After you have your team built, you've got stability in your group, you've got residual income. Like, I would choose the 3 to 5 year plan all day long versus 40, 40, 40. But it's the vision that people have when they first get in. And so make sure, like, as you're working with your team, they really understand that even though you can make quick money in network marketing, this is a long-term play. So that's like the most important thing I feel like in mindset. There's so much good training out there that you could learn. And if you come to, the convention in Miami, you'll hear from some amazing trainers. Like, you can learn how to handle objections and dealing with negative people. And, there's all kinds of things that you can do over time to train your mind. But that's the most important thing, in my opinion, is having this no quit mentality. Like, no matter what happens, you just set the clock, give it 3 to 5 years, work it relentlessly, and put your blinders on, stay focused. And, the people that do that in the business, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have people come into your business, they're going to quit. You're going to have more people come in, they're going to quit. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to hit a rank, you're going to lose a rank. You're going to go up maybe a couple ranks. You're going to have some really good months, you're going to have some bad months. But if you have that mindset that, I'm giving this 3 to 5 years, I'm putting my best foot forward, I'm putting my blinders on, that's how you're going to continue to excel. That's what makes the difference from the top income earners in the industry and the people that are jumping around every 90 days to a new deal. Like, so I know some people every 90 days, they're in a new deal. And it's like a cycle. Like, they're like, they got like, I don't know what their problem is. They're MLM hoppers. It's like they think what they did in their last deal is going to work in the next deal, but 90 days later, they're in a new one. Like, they've been in 16 companies in the last 12 months and they wonder why it's like the same thing repeating and repeating. It's that 3 to 5 year plan. You got to stick and stay. And then the next thing, when it comes to strategy, there's a lot of amazing strategies to build your business. I'll share just a couple things that worked for me. This is what worked for me, and I know this works for some leaders in the business as well. But what I did when I was building and working with my leaders, one of the skills and the strategies that I learned was I learned how to drive lines in my team. So every single person that I personally sponsored was a line of business, a leg of business for me. So when you look at in your back office and you look at all the people that you've personally enrolled, those are all legs of business. Your goal is to drive those legs of business deep. So there's two ways to build. You can build a business wide, or you can build a business deep and with depth. And you really want to do both, because you don't want to just be driving depth and not have, enough people to work with. But you have to learn how to drive your organization. So a lot of people come in, and like, some people are amazing at personally sponsoring. Like, there are some people in the company that have like 400 to 500 personally sponsored people. But then if you look at their organization, they don't have a lot of duplication, right? So they're personally sponsoring a lot of people, but then they're not creating duplication in their team. That was me my first 3 years in network marketing. I was amazing at bringing people in, but I was terrible at getting them to do anything at all. So I was bringing a lot of people in, they were quitting. I was bringing more people in, they were quitting. And so like, I was always, edified as a top recruiter in the company, but my team was quitting as fast as I was bringing them in. And I was super stressed out trying to work with hundreds of people personally. So I learned how to drive lines in the business. And here's what I did. I told every single leader in my group that I was working with that they had 24 hours to get me a list of 25 names. 24 hours to get me a list of 25 names. And so, a lot of people are like, well, what are the names? And I was basically like, look, here's what you're going to do. You're going to build your list. I want you to put some of the brightest people, smartest people, people that are, hard workers, people that are go-getters, people that are motivated. Like, don't prejudge people, but put your top list of 25 people together, get me that list, and I'm going to work that list with you. And so what happened was, like, if I had 10 people frontline to me that did that, now I had 250 names of people to work. And you would be surprised. Like, I don't know how many people you guys have in your teams, but if you started doing this, you're going to have so many freaking names of people. You're going to have an abundance of leads. So like, a lot of people say I've ran out of leads in my organization. I've ran out of leads. That's impossible, because if you drive lines, you'll have more leads than you know what to do with. So what I would do is I would hold my people accountable. And if it was a brand new person, I would teach them how to approach their list. I would do the first couple of phone calls with them. I'd say, look, I got your name from Anna. Anna said you're like one of the smartest, brightest people that she knows. She said you're an amazing hard worker. And I've got Anna on the line. Anna say hi. Anna says hi. And then it's like, the reason why we're calling you is we just want to see if you're open to an opportunity that could put some extra money in your pocket. We think you'll be great at it. Do you have, 15 minutes to take a look? It was a simple intro call like that. And because Anna's on the call and it's Anna's personal person, it gives me the credibility as the upline leader to have that intro call. So now Anna learned how to do it from that call. Now she's going to do the same thing with her people. So that's what I would do, is I would drive lines. And here's the funny thing too. I had people send me their list of names and then they quit the business. And I still work their list, even though they quit. And so like, if I'm working with Anna and she sends me 25 names and then she quits, and then I start calling somebody, I'm like, hey, I got your name from Anna. She's, same thing. I'm going to call Anna back and say, look, I just called your list and I got this person that's ready to sign up. Do you want to come back to I don't know where to put this. Like, I'm assuming you want the credit at somebody off your list, so I use that all the time with my leaders. I had thousands of names and I just held them accountable too. So like, anytime a leader would call me and say, hey, I'm stuck, I don't know what's going on, whatever the complaints were, I would look at their list. Have you called all 25 on your list? Yeah, I did. Okay, now it's time to make a new list. So I kept my business really simple and I became an expert at driving lines. That's how I got to 50,000 people in my organization. The 50,000 people came through five legs of business. 5 legs of business got me to 50,000 people. So there's a misconception in network marketing that you need a lot of people personally sponsored in order to get to thousands. But the reality is you just need to get really good at driving lines and drive your organization deep. So that was the first thing. Second thing I'll just share with you guys is there's only one door to the money in network marketing. There's only one door, and that is exposures. It's the number of people that you get on a daily basis to take a look at the business, because all exposures are going to lead to a couple, like either they're going to become an affiliate, they're going to become a customer, but a lot of people focus on the wrong activities. They're focusing on activities that don't make them money. So one of the things you want to do and you want to teach your team to do is focus on money-making activities. Activities that make you money are the only activities that you should focus on in your business. Everything else, in my opinion, is a waste of time, because your goal is to get your people paid, drive sales, elevate ranks, elevate paychecks, and you do that through exposures. So like, for instance, we have a Thursday weekly opportunity call. That's a great call to promote, where if you start getting, let's just say 10 people a week, 25 people a week, 100 people a week to get on those calls, you're increasing the number of exposures that are happening in your business, which are going to lead to more volume. This is what I love about network marketing. I'm a numbers person. I like math. Math never lies. The more people you expose to the business, the more sales you're going to get. And if I just focus on increasing the number of people that are being exposed every single day, every single week, it's impossible for me to be dropping rank, losing volume, because I'm focused on the right activities. So that's a critical thing to focus on in your organization. Now, how do we expose people? You've got the weekly opportunity call, but you also have done for you presentations, the capture page system, getting them to the presentation video, getting them to opt in. All of those are ways to expose people to the products and to the business opportunity. And really, your goal should just be becoming a master of getting people to take a look. You don't have to be an expert. One of my mentors said, Josh, your goal is to be the messenger, not the message. Don't be the message, be the messenger. Get people to the information and get really good at getting a lot of people to the information quickly. And if you can do that faster than everybody else, you'll be the #1 income earner in the company. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, obviously that's what I'm going to focus on. And it worked amazing for me. And then last but not least, when it comes to strategy, just a simple 3-step system that you guys can follow and use. I don't know if you guys are currently using a system, but this is kind of a universal system. It works in every network marketing company. There's 3 things that you do to take somebody from a prospect and get them to a buyer. And the first thing is you have to pique their interest. So that's #1, is pique their interest. There's tons of ways to do that. Like if you're out and about, you can comment on somebody's clothing. You can, if you're in an Uber or a Lyft, or, it's starting that conversation, creating curiosity about what you do. And there's so many ways to do that. Like one of the easiest ways is by asking people what they do for a living. What do you do for a living? What do you do for work? And usually that question gets asked back to you. And that's your opportunity to have a piquing statement or something that you say to get somebody to say, well, really, how do you do that? And so a lot of times I'll ask people, what do they do for a living? And it's like, oh, I'm an Uber driver. Oh, I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm whatever it is. And then when they ask that question back, that's my opportunity to say, look, I get paid to help people build home-based businesses. I get paid a residual income every time I help somebody start an online business, or you can change that to how you want. If there's a specific product or brand that you're passionate about. Like if you're into Akashics, maybe it's like I help, I get paid to help people learn how to trade, or whatever it is. You want people to say, really, how do you do that? The next step is the presentation. So after you've piqued their interest, then you're taking them to the presentation. That could be the weekly call, or that could be them opting into one of the capture pages and watching the video presentation. Those two things, I promise you, if you just master that, if you forget about everything else and you just master piquing interest, getting people to the presentation, the last step is a little bit more involved, but it's pass. It's learning how to leverage your upline leaders and people that have more credibility in the business. Because when I first got started, I was a poor college student. So I didn't have a lot of like street cred. You know what I mean? Like people knew me as somebody that was broke. So it's very difficult to like put on a show that I'm this guy that's going to help people make all this money when like I have a broken down vehicle and I'm broke and like all this stuff. So I had to leverage other people that already had a good story. So I would pique their interest, get them to the presentation, and then pass. I would edify and promote somebody else in the business and just say, look, this is who I'm working with, and I just want you to have the opportunity to meet them. And I would rattle off some of the accolades of the people that I was working with. Like this person is crushing it in the company. He took me under his wing. He's mentoring me. We're building a huge group all over. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily income related, but it can just be about all of the great things that the people you're working with are currently doing and why that prospect needs to talk to that person right now. Another thing that helps is to stress that that person's super busy and it's like an urgent thing for them to get on with your upline or whoever you're working with. So that's what I've done. Like when it comes to mindset strategy, I know those were kind of high level and maybe maybe you got some value out of those, two things, but that's what I've focused on, driving lines, having the right mindset, and then, just keeping your strategy simple with how you funnel people into the business. And then the last thing I'll say, that just to end my part, is I'll talk just quickly about brand bucks and then getting to convention. So brand bucks has really simplified my daily choice, because when you peak, present, pass, that present, phase, my daily choice was a little complicated to talk about because of so many different options with the products. It's like, man, I got to learn, Akashics, I got to learn travel, and I got to learn CBD products. And it's like, before you know it, your head freaking explodes. So brand bucks made it where it makes it so much easier to present the business, because now the way you present the business is you just talk about like, look, this company has so many different products. Like you have products in every category, whether you're into CBD, travel, essential oils, and the best way to get started is with brand bucks, and you can shop for whatever brand you're passionate about. $1.99, $3.99, $7.99. And when you present it that way versus before where you're leading with a specific product, if you present it this way, that's what's going to duplicate in your team. So when you onboard a new person, they're going to start selling $1.99, $3.99, and $7.99. And the beauty about that is you don't have to learn every product. You can just, like, you're presenting the business side, which is brand bucks. Get in, shop for what you want. You're getting the best deals on products. You're getting, 1 level, 2 levels, or 4 levels of check matching. Like when I presented this on the three-way call the other day, and I don't do a lot of, trust me, I don't do a lot of three-way calls with specific, people in the business, but it's my mom. Like I have to do a three-way call for my mom. So I got on this three-way call. It's also convention time. Like we're super busy right now. And I was like, look, there's 3 ways to get started: $1.99, $3.99, and $7.99. She's like, what's the difference between, all three? And I told her, I'm like, well, at $1.99, you're going to get 1 level of check matching. At $3.99, you get 2 levels. And at $7.99, you get 4 levels. And she's like, oh, well, I'll just go for the $7.99. Done. So simple, so easy. And it's like my mom's going to earn a $200 commission off that $7.99. And this person may, I don't know, she may blow it up. So brand bucks is the most simple way to promote and obviously to shop at My Daily Choice, because we're giving out amazing deals and discounts on the products. And then I'll end with convention, right? Wake up and ascend. We're headed into Miami in just, I don't know, 8 or 9 days from now. And this is an event that you do not want to miss, because these opportunities only come once a year to be there at the event. And there's so much momentum and excitement that comes out of these events. So first off, we've got some really hot product launches at this event. I said on my communication call, there are 2 HempWorks product launches that are going to just set HempWorks on fire. And then there's a couple brand partner launches as well that I'm very excited about. One of the other cool things at this event is the first time that as a company we have a marketplace. There's going to be at least 7 or 8 of our brands that are going to be featured at the event, where they're going to have a booth. So leaders that are at this event, like maybe you bring people to this event and they don't know about any of the other brands. Maybe they came in for just Akashics. Maybe they came in for trading, and they're just like, they have no idea what some of the other products are, and they'll get to learn about those products at the event. And there's even going to be a Brand Bucks booth at the event. So it's like they can start at the Brand Bucks booth, buy Brand Bucks, and then go to all the other booths, try out all the products, and use their Brand Bucks in their back office to purchase any of the products they learn about at the event. So that's a huge benefit to you to bring people, because you're going to drive volume with all of those people that you bring to the event. I would be shocked if you bring people to the event and they're not spending money at the event. There's going to be so many different booths, brands, products, sampling, people being able to try everything out. They're going to spend some money at the event. The second thing is there's business enhancements and tools that get rolled out at these events as well. So like there's going to be some new websites, some new business tools that you're going to have access to, which can really elevate and help you, sell more product quicker of certain brands in the company. Then there's like the benefit of connecting with all of the top leaders at the event is priceless. You cannot put a price on that, because like you learn things from different leaders. Maybe you meet a leader that's been on the top of the leaderboard, every single month. Like there's one leader that's coming. She's like personally enrolled over 2,000 people in the last 6. She's always been number 1 or 2 on the leaderboard. Like, wouldn't you want to ask her what she's doing? What are you doing to be number 1 on the leaderboard every single month? Like that 5-minute conversation could be invaluable, to you. All the amazing training that happens at the event, hearing from top, people that have made tens of millions of dollars in network marketing, people that are super affiliates, 250 and 500K affiliates. Wouldn't you want to learn from those people that are coming to the event? We also always have like an after party, which is always a lot of fun. There's going to be some cash bars, and it's always a blast there at the event. For those of you who've never been to a MDC convention, we also have 2 dudes at corporate, Chris and Ben. We call them the Money Men. They dress up in these like crazy outfits, and they give away cash on stage, and they give away like free apparel, free product, Brand Bucks, stuff like that. So we'll have some of that happening at the event as well. But I'm super excited because this is it's a big moment for the company. We're very excited to get out there to Miami. We've got some great launches and exciting announcements for everybody. So I'm super grateful that you guys invited me here to be on this call. And all I would just say as a call to action is get your convention ticket and bring as many people as humanly possible to Miami. I look forward to meeting you guys, shaking your hand, taking some pictures there in Miami, and it's going to be a blast. So Anna, thank you so much for having me on, and I'll see you guys all in Miami.
Wow, guys, that was amazing. I mean, if this doesn't fire you up, I mean, I don't know what, but this was just exactly what everybody needed. Whether you're brand new to the business or whether you've been in for months, like today's a new day, right? Like today you're waking up, you are ascending into a brand new day. And I want you guys to take everything that, was spoken on this call and apply it, right? Because information without application is nothing to us, right? Like it's not valuable. We have to put it into action, into application to see the results that we want, right? And one of the key pillars here in Wake Up and Ascend is we like to prepare people, to be able to be equipped, right? So you can go out there throughout your day and make an impact in your life and make an impact in other people's lives, right? Because you could never do what you don't do for yourself, right? Like you can't do for other people what you don't do for yourself first. And so just to tell you guys a little bit about Wake Up and Ascend, every single morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, you guys can hop on, right, using the same link you guys used for today. We have actually somebody super special tomorrow as well that you guys, would love to learn from. We do this every single day. We have some visualization, at the beginning of the call, 5 to 10 minutes. And then we have like a window of 20-30 minutes of value, okay, where we bring, value to all of you guys. There's different topics, depending on the day, right? And we always try to, bring our mentors, our uplines, even Josh himself came into it. Like, I feel so honored, and so grateful for that, for him taking the time, especially a week and a half before convention. I mean, I'm just so blessed, and we're so blessed to have that. And then afterwards, right now, we actually are not done with the call. We're going to be here for the next, I would say 10 minutes, because what we do now, our third pillar, is going over our goals, right? And it's writing down our goals, because one of the key things I've learned, when I started in this industry of network marketing, was the importance of writing down your goals. That's really what separates us from the rest of the world, right? Like from being average. And we're not here to be average, right? I think that one of the key things that Jenna has always taught us is we are here to be, extraordinary, right? And so being extraordinary means you setting down your goal, like you're setting that on yourself and writing down your goals every single day, because you got to give intention, like you got to give mind a path to follow, right? And my mentor from the beginning, since I started, I remember he told me, Anna, you know why writing down your goals is so important? Like every single day, like repetitively, like over and over again. I'm like, well, because I'm going to be in tune with them. And he's like, yeah, like that's one part of it. But, look up the definition of future. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and look it up. And you guys can do it too right now if you want to, right? And I went ahead and I looked it up on Google, and it says it's the moment following, right, after speaking or writing. So that's the definition of future. Like you can look it up, right? It's the moment following after you speak and you write something. And so while we are writing down our goals every single day, we're coming into that frequency of our goals. And so we're already co-creating our future by writing it down, by speaking it, and by seeing it. So we're in alignment, right? Literally our eyes are in alignment, our words are in alignment with our goals. And even, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just something supernatural that happens where like now, like it's like that activated reticular system that we have, like it starts to pick up like the right people, the right places. It takes you to certain like rooms you need to be in, like convention, like you need to be in that room, because that's a place where you're going to receive a blessing, a breakthrough that will help catapult you getting to fulfill your goals, right? Like that's something that I highly believe convention will do for all of you guys, right? So we're gonna take 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm gonna put an audio. I don't want you guys to leave. I don't want you guys to go anywhere, right? If you're all in to wake up and really ascend your day, go ahead and in a new sheet of paper, okay, you're gonna write down your goal in the following format, because the format to writing down your goals is also very, very key, right? And it's gonna be, I am so happy and grateful now that I am, right? You know exactly what goal you have for convention, right? Whether you are unranked right now, like, hey, have a goal of hitting 1K before convention, right? Or if you're a 1K, your goal should be 5K. If you're a 5K, your goal should be 10K. I'm a 10K affiliate, and my goal is to be a 25K affiliate, right? So that's exactly what you need to write down, right? And you're gonna write it down 10 times, right? Well, you listen to this audio and go ahead and write it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am, right, a 1K, 5K, 10K affiliate in my daily choice by October 27. Thank you, God, I believe it is done. Because you're literally putting into one, being in a state of gratitude, being happy, right? So you're enjoying, you're joyful, like, hey, it's not even here yet, but I'm already rejoicing in it because I know it's already done. You're being grateful, which great gratitude is the biggest frequency you can operate in. You're operating in love as well, right? And you're being, you're thinking, right? You're thinking, a higher power than yourself. I believe in God. So I thank God because, I know that it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him too, right? So besides that, you're putting a day of completion, which a day of completion for your goals is important because if you don't have a day of completion, then it's just a wish. And we're not here to wish, we're here to do. We're here to achieve. And so I'm going to go ahead and play the audio, guys, and we'll be back in literally 3 to 4 minutes to be able to wrap this up. We always wrap it up with a prayer. And so I invite you guys to stay on till the end. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now.
I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities